This week on the Spotlight, we talked to a new White Sox catcher who has some possibilities. And then we show you some Chicago Bears. They had a chance for a half. Then we talked to the staff at the Sock at 93rd and Roberts Road. And we finish and look at this fun clip, Jim Harbaugh, when he was with the Bears. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. It's the 27th year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to the Cove for my trivia game, Wednesday, October 7th at 8 p.m. Great people, great game. You've got to get to the Cove on 55th. If you like trivia, you've got to get to the Sock. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. Great food, drink, and people. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting. Most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. Calabria Imports has Italian foods and a great deli. You mention this TV ad, and you get a free Joe tea with a sandwich order. Conveniently located at 1905 West 103rd Street, Calabria Imports has great stuff. Check it out. I do all the time. Since 1967, El Jardín has been serving the finest Mexican food. Before, after, during ball games, located conveniently just 3 blocks south of Wrigley Field, 3335 North Clark. Whether there's a game or not, you still get hungry, and El Jardín has great service, great food, and great drinks. I've enjoyed every meal I've had there, and you will too. So get to El Jardín for great Mexican food at 3335 North Clark Street in Chicago. You'll be glad you did. 773-233-7044. They're doing a great job for me. They'll do a great job for you. Family Dentist, Lawrence Ferlin. We're back on the Spotlight, and we're talking White Sox catchers. Throughout the 2015 season, Tyler Flowers saw about 2/3 of the action. Gio Soto, about 1/3. Their numbers were comparable, which is a compliment to Gio Soto, making the most of his time in the lineup. But in these final couple weeks, a new man's on the scene. He's trying to show what he can do. The name, Brantley. Check it out. We're back on the Spotlight. We're talking White Sox baseball. And as the season winds down, Rob, just trying to get your handle on coming up and doing some damage, and showing your major league skills at this time of year. How do you feel right now?
I feel good. Came off a pretty good season there in Birmingham and in Charlotte. Just excited to be here, show what I could do.
I saw you in the lineup today, so I knew you'd be in a great mood. Talk about this pitching staff that you'll be handling, and a little bit about what you remember from them from spring training and such, and their quality.
Yeah, well, the first game I got to catch in Kansas City, I got to work with EJ, who I'd been working with in Charlotte, and he got called up in September as well. He's been real consistent all year, and he showed it again when he pitched in Kansas City. Did real well, and I caught Rodon quite a bit in spring training. And he's got lightning stuff, from the left side. So, I'm excited to be working with him again as well. And having an opportunity to catch, all the other starters as well when I get the chance. But yeah, like I said, just real excited to get to work with these guys.
For those of our viewers who are new to your career, tell us a little bit about where you grew up, maybe a pro team you enjoyed in your first major league experience.
Well, I grew up in Southern California, in the San Diego area. But teams, all around there. You got teams all over Southern California. The San Diego Padres, Anaheim Angels, Los Angeles Dodgers, Los Angeles Angels. But growing up, my dad was an Angels fan. So I always followed in his footsteps. I was an Angels fan, and my grandfather, Yankees fan. So those were the two I really paid attention to and grew up watching. So. Did
you copy your style off any Angels players?
No, off of the Yankees players, but old Yankee players. My dad and grandfather were trying to get me to swing like Mickey Mantle.
Doesn't every parent?
So I got to work on my power game a little bit, before I reach that kind of level.
Well, that's a good role model, I suppose. Then, as you went through the ranks, what level were you at when you realized you had a shot at the major leagues?
Before I had a shot at the major leagues, I don't know. I've kind of always believed in it. Believed that I could be in the major leagues. With a good support system with my family. Always letting me know and kind of giving me that kind of certainty even at a young age. You're a big leaguer if you want to be. And just keep working hard. Keep doing these things and keep it in mind and always believe that you are a big leaguer. Even when I was 12 years old, and we're playing in Little League, they're just you go out there, make sure you're a big leaguer and you play like a big leaguer. That kind of just stuck with me all the way through.
Oh, that's the first time I've heard that, I think. What about your first major league game? Do you remember it well?
My first major league game? Yeah, I remember it very well against the Phillies. We were facing Kendrick. Yeah, that was, actually my first pitch I ever called in the big leagues. Rollins hit a home run, so I was like, oh shoot, I put down the wrong fingers. The first pitch, it's good. But Josh Johnson was who I was catching, and he threw a great game. That was the only run they scored all game, so after that it was pretty smooth.
Well, it wasn't like he didn't hit many of those later. You're talking about a possible Hall of Fame player, so yeah, can't feel too bad in retrospect.
That's very true, yeah. But, it was a good game. It was an exciting day. Struck out my first debut, but,
again, that's a pretty common thing, too. But, now you've got your legs under you. You've got experience. And really, what are you trying to showcase in these last couple of weeks?
Everything as far as what I can bring to the table, as a consistent player behind the plate, and show that I can help lead a pitching staff to winning baseball games, and of course offensively, trying to bring my left-handed bat into play and to drive some balls into the gap and drive home some runs.
Well, a couple things that have been an issue with this club this year have been hitting-wise. A lot of impatient hitting, and maybe not great situational hitting, which. Where do you fall in line with that? Are you a guy who works a count real well?
I think as a hitter, as far as working the count, it's just knowing what pitches you can hit and what pitches you can't hit. And as long as the players stay within their zone of the pitches they can hit, sure, swing first pitch. If it's the best pitch you're going to hit, or get the whole at bat, you got to take advantage of it. But if it's not, you got to be patient and let it go, and let the at bat develop until you can get in a spot where you can drive something or take your walk. But you got to take what the game gives you. If it's giving it to you the first pitch, go for it. If it's giving it to you, fourth pitch in the at bat, you got to be patient.
Another thing I've noticed is sometimes some of the pitchers, as great as they are here, nibble. How do you control the game to keep them pounding the strike zone and not building up huge numbers of pitches early in the game?
I am just getting here, but from what I've seen, in spring training with these guys that I have gotten a chance to catch. This is aggressive pitching baseball club, and they want to aggressively pound the zone, and I'm sure they go into it with the intention every game of doing that. And my job as a catcher, is if they do end up nibbling, it's just to get out there and remind them, and keep them on track. But I know that every one of these guys here is a competitor, and they do go in with the intention to pound the zone.
Okay. To wrap up, you look around this locker room and you know some of the guys, but not all. Who did you get to meet or talk to or watch play recently that you said, wow, I heard of that guy but didn't know he was that good?
That exceeds my expectations? Saladino. I wouldn't say exceeds my expectations. I didn't have any expectations, didn't know him. But once I got to know Saladino and watch him play defense, it was just, it was an awe how smooth he was out there. And then, he gets up and swings it. He's a great all-around baseball player right there. You know, Micah being another one. You know, his speed, unreal. Like, you know, but I mean, there's a lot of guys. I mean, I played with Avi Garcia, my first team in pro ball when we were in Detroit, and like when I found out, you know, he's 20 years old, and he's twice my size. I'm like, this guy's going to be a star, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you reach this level of play, all these guys can, you know, have the ability to, you know, give you the wow factor, you know.
Well, I guess I would say I hope you have success in these last couple of weeks and give your club something to build toward for next season.
Yeah, I mean, just going to contribute as much as I can to help the team win, you know.
All right, good luck.
I appreciate it.
You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Desplaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Furlan, DDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the Family Dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. Nuevo Leon, for the best Mexican cuisine since 1962. Serving every day from 7 a.m. to midnight. Conveniently located 1515 West 18th Street, just a block east of Ashland in Chicago. Of course, they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a wide range of menu items. Everything from steak, seafood, to breakfast, to chicken, pork, dine-in, carry-out, tacos, enchiladas, everything you can imagine, and great quality at Nuevo Leon, 1515 West 18th. It's the Bears and the Cardinals. And to tie things up, Jay Cutler hits Bellamy for the score, and things are getting better. We're early in the second quarter. The Bears have tied it up. Some of the skeptics are being quieted now because the Bears are hanging in there. Tell us your name and what you think of the game so far.
My name is Dale Jones, and I think the game is pretty much even. I think the Bears are playing better, except for the two plays. I mean, they had the one play, the kickoff, which is kind of a freak. And then Fuller, if you would have turned around, I think it would have been. I think it was an overturn.
I've been saying that about Fuller for weeks now, and even the last year. All he's got to do is turn back and he'd have some picks.
Yeah, turn his head. He's right in position. Even if he deflected the ball, he wouldn't have got that call. He really wouldn't.
I agree with you.
But I think that with Forte, he's like Walter Payton. He's like the backbone of the team, and they're focusing on him, and I think it's giving Cutler a little bit of options. He's having really good running plays.
Yes, the balance is good. I agree with you. Let's find out what other people have to say. Tell us your name and your impressions of the game so far.
Joe DeWitt? It's all right, I guess.
Wow, you're being a little cautious.
Well, it's the Bears.
Yeah, but if someone told you they'd be tied early in the second quarter, 2 touchdowns, you would believe them?
I think they're lucky to be tied, yes. No, I would not believe.
So it's kind of a so far so good thing.
Yeah. I don't think they'll win, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 games this year.
Wow. But what about
I hope not.
Is this a winnable game?
Right now it is, hopefully.
If there was a key area that worries you, what would it be?
Offense. They got no receivers.
Yeah, they just got to mix it up with these new guys, huh?
Yeah. I don't even know any of the receivers except Bennett. That's it.
Yeah, well, the backup tight end's pretty good, Miller.
He caught his first pass in 3 years, I think.
Yeah, well, now that he's able-bodied.
Not that good.
Well, if you're in the hospital, you can't catch a pass.
Well, I didn't know he was in the hospital.
Yeah, you know, something like that.
See, I'm not. I watch what I don't watch.
It's okay. We're all good. Next.
That sleeper is out.
More fans at the same table. They should be a trivia team on Thursday night. Tell us your name and what you like about the Dirty Sock.
Sheila Jones. It's close to home with a lot of great people and family and friends. It's always a great spot to go.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. Is there a chance you could get this group together on a Thursday night and come out and play our trivia game?
Yeah, we'd love to.
All right.
That'd be great.
8 o'clock starting this next Thursday.
Okay.
And every other week after that. So we'll be looking for you. What do you think the name of your trivia team will be?
What do you guys think? I don't know.
Well, you know my license plate's on it.
Yeah.
Is it a profane name?
Yeah, I'm not going to say it.
Oh,
Like, he can say it because
That's my
it's
license plate. It's not that profane.
Thanks for your discretion. Can you spell it?
IMAJAG.
That's perfect. All right.
That's not the name of our team, though.
No, I know. But that's the kind of thing where we say, cut.
Cut. Okay, thank you.
After a bad Jay Cutler pick, the Cardinals went up by 2 touchdowns. The Bears scored 2 field goals to make it 28-20 at the half. We'll get to the game in a minute. The Bears are down by a couple of touchdowns, but everything stops for a cocktail, especially when they're as dynamic and amazing as the Bloody Marys that are made here. Tell everybody who you are and what's in that.
My name is Allison, and I work here at the Sock. This is loaded with a lot of liquor, a lot of meat, cheese, little bit of veggies, and did I mention there's a lot of liquor? What a better cure for a hangover on a Sunday morning than a Bloody Mary from the Sock?
No doubt. I mean, I think there's 7 physical ingredients besides the liquids, and it's pretty impressive.
Well, four different boozes.
Wow. So anyway, I'm going to try to recover from that. That'll be my second half starter-upper. Tell everybody about the excitement when the Bears play here.
Oh, there's total excitement. We're the South Side. Come on. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Even if we're losing, you know what? There might be a few swear words here and there. There might be some people getting pissed off. But in the end, win or lose, there's still booze and there's still drinking and there's great food.
Yeah, that's true. We're batting down the hatches for the halftime spread. And also, we have trivia night here. I'm coming back on Thursday.
Yes.
Can you say something nice about that?
Oh, trivia night is a lot of fun with Pat. And it's Thursday nights. We get a pretty large crowd coming in here. Good deal on $1 tacos, $3 Coronas, $3 Modelos, and $5 huge margaritas. And did I fail to mention that I work those nights?
No, I think it's understood. And also, the music expert on the crew team that wins a fair share of the games. So come out and challenge her, and you'll have a good time. Sundays, Thursdays, and many more days.
Music. 80s, 90s, 2000s. Come on.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget, the Illinois Lottery, too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski. You know you should get to the Dirty Sock on alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. when I do my trivia game. They have great food, great drink, great people at 93rd and Roberts Road. It's a fun place. I've been going there for years. So start coming out on Thursday nights at least. I'll see you at 8 o'clock. We'll have fun. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, Parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's. So the Bears had some chances in the second quarter. Couldn't completely capitalize. They're within 8 points. Let's find out what people are thinking. Tell us your name and what you like about the bar.
Hi, I'm Galia. I like the bar because it's roomy. It's comfortable to watch the game in. So.
All right, tell us your name and what you're thinking about this football game.
My name's Louie, and I'm thinking it's a pretty good game so far. A lot of mistakes made by the Bears, but the Cardinals also made some mistakes. So, good thing about it, we're still in the game.
Yes.
Bears.
Yes. The defense has played okay, and they got a couple of turnovers late. It would have been great if the Bears had gotten touchdowns on the last two plays, huh?
Absolutely, yeah. We didn't capitalize on some of those turnovers, but again, we did get some turnovers from the Cardinals, so it's a balance, and we're still in the game. Second half, if we don't protect the football and don't make no mistakes, we got a really good chance to win this game.
That's the spirit. You know, people are guessing the Bears 5, 6, 7 wins. Are you in that group, or are you more like me in 7, 8, 9?
Well, last week's game, the Bears impressed me against Green Bay. They made some mistakes in the end. They're right in the game today. I think we could do better than 8 games, to be honest with you. They got some good players. We got Fox. I think he's so far proven that he's doing a pretty good job coaching, bringing them out and keeping them in the game. So if we can build on that, we got a chance to do better than 7 games.
Okay. Spoken like a Las Vegas odds maker. And we'll be back with more in the second half. I think we're going to go eat now. It's always good to get perspective from my co-workers. Tell everybody who you are and what Sundays are like here.
Sundays here are fantastic. We get a great crowd. We have amazing food specials. We do halftime buffets. And then we also do $5 Bloody Marys, $10 buckets, and all of your latest craft beers that are out right now. So we have everything in stock.
Tell everybody your name and the drink that you're the best at making.
My name is Daniela, and my favorite drink to make is the Snapdragon.
What's in there? Are you allowed to reveal?
It's my own special mix, but all I will say is that I got Dragonberry Bacardi in there.
Very intriguing. So come out and try that. You can come out on a Sunday for a Bears, come out on my trivia nights on Thursdays, or anything else in between. Always fun here at the Dirty Sock. It's kind of like this place is known for fun, right?
Absolutely.
There you have it. The second half was pretty much all Cardinals, and the score was starting to run up. The rumor may have been that Bruce Arians, who could have been the Bears coach, did it on purpose. Robbie Gould closing in on Kevin Butler's all-time scoring record, but things are looking bad. So we're through 3 quarters. The Bears have fallen down by 19. I don't know if this game is salvageable. Maybe some self-respect. Let's talk to Big Jim. He was a high school standout at Lynn Bloom, and then he played many years for the Clearing Brewers. Jim, did you pick any of these players in your fantasy?
I have D. Williams running. He's got 3 touchdowns already, so I've done well on my fantasy with that. I have no Bears on my fan. I have Eddie Royal on my team, and I don't understand why they don't use him more. Not because of my fantasy thing, but I really believe when they picked him up from San Diego that he was a pro ball player, and made All-Pro a couple of years, and they're not taking advantage of a man that they should, especially with their injuries and their receiving core. I think he's the kind of ball player that is sneaky out there. He's like the Wilkerson from New England when he played, and Ingrams and all those guys. I really think the Bears aren't taking advantage of him. I thought they looked really good the first half. I think a lot of the Cutler dissenters now will realize that he's not as bad as he was since he's hurt, and they're going to see what's going to happen afterwards. Hopefully Clausen will come up and step up. That new receiver, that young receiver, that you'll have to remind me, what was that kid that caught that touchdown? I didn't even know the guy's name.
Oh, yeah. It begins with Bellamy.
Bellamy, yeah. So he looked good, but who knows? I mean, it's a crapshoot. I don't think the defense is playing as strong as they should be playing. Of course, I think it's a defensive rebuilding year. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, you take defensive ends, you put them at linebacker, you change from a 4-3 to a 3-4. Yeah, you really have a complete game change. And you've got ball players that played in a different defensive set all those years, and now all of a sudden you're asking them to play a different set. Not that they're pro ball players and they should be able to adapt. Football's the game, and you're playing the game. But when you've been ingrained in so many years playing a certain way, it's kind of difficult. It's called shadow reaction. You don't even have to think about it. But now they have to make that extra little thought because they're playing it different. That'll come around.
Although Jared Allen, one of those transition players, had a nice tip and pick.
Yes, he did, but he was at defensive end when he did it. He wasn't on the outside linebacker when he did that. That doesn't mean he can't play that position. I mean, he's an all-pro football player, a potential NFL Hall of Famer. I think that he can probably adjust to any kind of situation.
The Bears have had a problem with they'll get a turnover at the opposing 30, and they can't take it to the house. They end up getting some puny field goal. And at the half, they were down by 8. Had they scored those 2 touchdowns instead of field goals, they would have been tied.
Well, I believe that was a terrible call when they were on the 1-yard line or 3-yard line there, when they gave it to Forte.
Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Oliver's Bar and Grill for my trivia game. Starts at 7 p.m. on Thursdays, October 1st and 15th. Get to 6150 West 159th Street. Fun times, good food, good drink. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. You better get to Jackie's Hot Dogs, open past midnight 7 days. 2 Polish and fry, $5.69. Gyros plate with big fries, $8.59. Big Baby double cheese, $2.85. Tamales, Italian beef, pizza puff, shakes, chicken breast, onion rings, and more at 5415 South Pulaski. They have it all going on at Jackie's Hot Dogs. I highly recommend it. I eat there periodically. I love it. You should try it too. Thanks for watching. See you next week.
Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch, very competitive pricing. Call 708-396-1010.